No face cam today. I'm not feeling sexy. How do I explain this? Man, it feels like I haven't said that in ages. So the movie starts off with this young pup Bolt being adopted by this little girl Penny. They're instantly locked in. Within seconds, they fuck with each other heavy. The movie cuts to a couple years later and Penny's scientist dad is stressing on the phone telling her that he got involved with some bad men. He explains to her that he gave Bolt the Captain America treatment and he'll keep her safe. Bolt and Penny scope out the most obvious villain who took her dad, Dr. Calico. As a kid, I thought this man had the most evil name in the world. Turns out this nigga is just named after a breed of cat. But now that I'm older, I'm starting to realize the most evil person here is definitely this nigga, cause in order to dye your facial hair blonde and get a big ass cat tat on the back of your head, you gotta have a couple screws loose. Some devious thoughts brewing in your noggin. Penny and Bolt tail one of the evil agents hoping he'll lead them to Penny's pops. Look at this nigga's facial structure. You already know the first thing he's pulling out in a street fight is a mean ass headbutt. Speaking of headbutts, Bolt and Penny end up being cornered by a henchman in a car, so Bolt puts his forehead through the front bumper like Cam Scattaboo. And if you don't think Bolt is a thug yet, this nigga hangs the car over a bridge with the henchman still inside just to get information on where Calico's taking Penny's dad. As soon as they get his location, Penny and Bolt are instantly getting chased by the rest of Calico's men in helicopters filled with niggas on motorcycles. Where the fuck they get money like this? Penny and Bolt aren't tripping though, cause Penny just shoots out a leash from her Razor scooter for Bolt to grab onto so he can, you know, turn into Wally fucking West. They're weaving through traffic like squeeze bins. Did she just go under a truck? Bro, why are they so smooth with it though? Nah, she white lining with one hand? She cold with it, she got it. Penny and Bolt start to lose the bikers one by one, but more of them just keep coming. One of the bikers takes a frisbee shaped explosive and throws it at a random ass semi truck, so Bolt casually jumps across a big ass gap to the other side of the freeway to fetch it. He makes his way back to Penny, steezing on everyone and dodging more bikers and helicopters. Imagine being the last guy sitting in the helicopter waiting for your turn to be deployed and you see a powered up pooch beam down the chopper right in front of you and you still have to get dropped out and go chase him. Like you saw what the dog just did to that Black Hawk. The fuck you think he's gonna do to you? A biker shoots a missile at Bolt, but using his evasive maneuvers, the dog leads it straight to another helicopter, jumping over that thing like I show speed. Bolt returns the frisbee to its rightful owner and links back up with Penny. Just when they think they got away, Calico's men pull up deep, surrounding them like the FBI. Bolt doesn't phase one bit though. This shit is so stupid. Why did I type this? Using the vocal tone of a single mother of 8. It's so dumb. Just blows all they goofy asses away. Now that Calico's men are dealt with, Bolt and Penny snap a selfie to remember the day they bodied an entire army. But what happens next had every kid who watched this, including me, with their jaw on the floor. Penny picks up Bolt, makes her way back to their trailer, and everyone starts to get up and dust themselves off. And a fake ass backdrop lifts up, revealing a film set. Nigga, huh? Turns out Penny and Bolt are just the stars of a hit TV show, and they just wrapped up another episode. None of that shit was even real. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this as a kid. While everyone's watching back the footage, the director notices the boom mic is in one of the shots, and he loses his shit because he wants Bolt to think everything is real, so he can't see film production stuff like cameras or boom mics. I guess he thinks Bolt will give a more authentic performance that way. He's been gaslighting this dog into thinking it's actually got superpowers. I take it back. Bleach brows ain't nearly as evil as this motherfucker. They were making people's faces look like anything in this movie. Is that old girl from Splice? And I know that ain't Rihanna standing right next to her. Back in the trailer, Bolt is still on that killer mamba mentality, posted at the door like a bouncer. In the dog's defense, Lil Dude truly believes he just fought for his and Penny's life. His adrenaline must be through the roof. No pun intended. This is the equivalent to a Marine being discharged back to civilian life minutes after being in a firefight. Not even his favorite childhood toy could get him to chill. He's locked. Penny has to leave Bolt behind on set when she goes home, even though she really wants to take him with her. You know, just treat him like a normal dog. But her prick of an agent ain't hearing nothing. After everyone leaves the set, two cats that play Dr. Calico's pets stop by Bolt's trailer to troll him because they know they're just part of a TV show and everything's fake. Like, this shit's fucked up. This is exactly why I don't like cats. Only they would do some evil shit like this. Next week, Bolt and Penny are shooting another episode where they're infiltrating Dr. Calico's base of operations. Wow. So that's her power. Penny produces pennies. She's just running around with hella change in her pockets, sounding like somebody's uncle playing basketball. Bolt shows off some more of his superpowers, like his heat vision and his karate chop. The episode ends with Penny being kidnapped by Dr. Calico, and before Bolt can do anything, he's put back in his cage and taken back to his trailer, once again leaving him in the dark, thinking all this shit is real. So basically, Bolt just watched his owner get taken right in front of him and can't do shit about it. Penny wants to show Bolt that she's okay, but her agent stops her. Man, his face just looks so damn punchable. Bolt doesn't hesitate to escape the second he gets a chance, using this nigga like a springboard. He jumps through the skylight in his trailer and runs around the studio looking for Penny, eventually ending up in a box being shipped to the Big Apple. You know, the city that never sleeps, the melting pot.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
New York. Bolt is running all through the city looking for Penny and tries using all his powers like the Scatterboo headbutt, the karate chop, the I Show Speed super jump, but nothing works. Bolt runs into another pack of dogs being walked and they try to stick their noses in his ass, but Bolt ain't with all that, so he just keeps it pushing. Isn't that the Great Value Rihanna from earlier? By the way, I know it's pronounced Rihanna. I just say Rihanna because everybody else does. Some of y'all probably didn't even know that, did you? Yeah, it's pronounced Rihanna. Bolt ends up getting his head stuck in a fence and some east side pigeons help him out. Bolt was confused why he couldn't bend the bars with his powers and blames his loss of superpowers on the packing peanuts from the box he was stuck in, like it's his kryptonite or something. But even without powers, Bolt still wants to find Penny, and he thinks the best way to find her is by finding some pussy. Sorry, that was out of pocket. He thinks all cats are evil and work for Dr. Calico, so if he finds one, it'll lead him to where Penny's, being kept. So the pigeons use this opportunity to sick a dog on this cat named Mittens, the neighborhood alley cat that put a phantom tax on all the pigeons. Mittens doesn't want any smoke though, not because Bolt is a super dog, but because he's literally just a dog. Mittens plays along, saying she'll take him to Dr. Calico after Bolt uses his bridge interrogation method on her. Bolt ties Mittens to him using a leash, and they find a moving truck that just so happens to be going to California. But Bolt jumps out that bitch as soon as he finds out the boxes around him are full of kryptonite packing peanuts. Mittens starts spazzing out on Bolt after that Tom Cruise stunt he pulled, but Bolt's stomach starts growling like he's doing Ramadan.
What am I looking up?
Do Muslims eat during Ramadan? Do Muslims eat 30 days? Do Muslims eat 30 days? Do Muslims not eat every 30 days during Ramadan?
During Ramadan, Muslims abstain from eating and drinking during daylight.
Mittens teaches Bolt to use his cute puppy eyes to beg for some food at a nearby trailer park, and they unlock the infinite food glitch. Interesting. The white animal gets all the sympathy, but the black one gets a frying pan thrown at it. But I'm not gonna act like I wouldn't do the same, because I personally hate cats too. After a while, Bolt says he's ready to move on and start heading towards Cali again, but Mittens convinces Bolt to hit up one more trailer before they go. And this trailer looks like a fucking pet land with all these hamsters around. One of the hamsters watching TV recognizes Bolt and immediately gets giddy as fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 Bolt Glazer has arrived. He introduces himself as Rhino, and this little nigga is a crash out. He instantly tries to run a fade with Mittens because just like Bolt, he thinks all cats are evil and work for Dr. Calico. Rhino convinces Bolt to let him join them on their mission to find Penny, and he knows just the way to get them to California. So they're about to jump off this bridge onto this train, right?
Oh, hell no, man. What?
Bolt's on his I'm invincible shit, and you already know Rhino's ready to jump too, cause Bolt's group leader to him.
Oh yes, Daddy.
But Mittens thinks both these niggas are tweaking, but she ain't got no choice cause she's tied to the super mutt. So they all jump into this train and these motherfuckers almost die like 3 times. Bolt ends up stuck on this ladder that's about to come loose, and Mittens is trying to hold the screws, or bolts if you will, so the ladder doesn't fall off. But all Rhino sees is an evil cat trying to loosen the ladder so Bolt falls. So Rhino starts attacking Mittens like the crash shot he is. But by the grace of God and plot armor, all 3 of them end up falling off the train without any injuries. Mittens landed in a tree and and at this point she's done acting scared of Bolt, telling him she's not gonna listen to him anymore. So Bolt starts barking at her and draws the attention of an animal control truck that just so happens to be driving by. So Bolt and Mittens get locked up, leaving Rhino by himself. Meanwhile, back in Cali, Penny's agent tries to trick her by using a different dog that looks like Bolt, but Penny can smell the cat from a mile away. Because the show needs to start filming the next episode, the studio has no choice but to get a replacement dog for Bolt, so Penny has no choice but to move on and stop looking for him. Meanwhile, Bolt and Mittens are on their way to an animal shelter, but Rhino, being the ride or die he is, chases the truck down and manages to get Bolt free. But after Bolt realizes he once again failed to use his powers, he finally stops being delusional and comes to terms with the fact that he's just a regular ass dog. But Rhino gives an inspirational speech that could give Jameis Winston a run for his money. So Bolt decides even if he's just a regular dog, he can at least be a hero to Mittens and save her from the shelter. See, this scene raises so many questions for me though. If Bolt really thought he had powers this whole time, how did they get that lightning bolt onto him without him noticing? Because the director wanted Bolt to think everything was real, so how does that work? It's not like they could like put him to sleep and dye his fur. Well, they could, but that would be weird as fuck. What about when he's being groomed and washed? If he can wipe it off with his paw, then I'm sure it could come off with one bath. What about every time he has to go for a walk? Assuming they take decent care of him, he has to be walked outside at least once a day, but he can't go outside, so where do they take him? And come to think of it, you're telling me Bolt has never tried to use his powers offset until now? He didn't even know what styrofoam was until he was out in the real world, so it's not like he could blame his powers failing on that. But the biggest question has to be, why is a grown man questioning the logic of an animated movie about a dog that can communicate with a cat and a hamster, and all three of them are just traveling across the US without any problems, like running into Shane Dawson type niggas or a Chinese restaurant? I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. Rhino and Bolt sneak into the shelter and free Mittens, but they start getting chased by the guards. Long story short, these motherfuckers end up causing a big ass explosion and safely get away in an RV that's conveniently driving by. Bolt is back in his sad boy era because he doesn't know how to be a normal dog, but Mitten teaches him everything she knows, even though she's a cat, in the form of a cute little montage as they make their way closer and closer to Cali. Bolt starts enjoying the ways of the canine, but when Mitten shows Bolt a cardboard condo and talks about the three of them living as strays together, he reminds Mittens of his main goal.
My main goal is to blow up.
So he decides it's time to go off on his own to find Penny, but Mittens thinks he's tripping. She tries to explain to him that humans ain't shit.
No, Bolt, that's what they do, okay? They act like they love you. They act like they'll be there forever. And then one day they'll pack up all their stuff and move away and take their love with them and leave their declawed cat behind to fend for herself.
Someone's projecting, but Bolt knows Penny is different, so he takes off anyway. The amount of vehicles that these animals have just been able to conveniently hop on without anyone noticing is astonishing. Like, you're telling me nobody stopped for gas and looked in the back? Yo, whose fucking dog is this? Mittens tells Rhino about Bolt leaving, and once again he proves himself as a real ass nigga.
Whoa, where are you going?
To Bolt.
Never abandon a friend in a time of need. When your teammate's in trouble, you go. Whether they ask or not, you go. Not knowing if you're coming back dead or alive,
You went the other way.
you go.
Bolt finally makes it back to LA and runs into another group of pigeons that recognize him from his show. So when he asks them to help him find the studio where it's filmed at, they agree to help him under one condition.
I know you're a busy dog, but if you've got a second, we'd love to pitch you an idea for your show. Tom's better at pitching. Yeah. I'll let him take it from here. Tommy's got the spotlight. Aliens. Oh, snap.
I'd love to hear more about this aliens idea, but on the way.
We got a nibble. Don't freak out. This is how you blew it with Nemo.
Wait a minute. Does that mean what I think it means? Because if it does, that changes everything. I mean, I don't really know what it means, but it's got to mean something. You know what I mean? Bolt and the pigeons pull up to the studio, and just as they do, Rhino and Mittens are just making it to Cali too. But for some reason, they don't need help finding the studio like Bolt did, which makes no sense because they've never even been to California before, but whatever. As they make their way to the studio, Mittens tries to explain to Rhino that Bolt is just an actor on a TV show because this nigga still thinks Bolt Bolt has real powers. But before she could finish, Rhino sees an op and doesn't hesitate to press him. Bolt sees Penny for the first time since he shipped himself to New York, but he's hit with the biggest shock when he sees Penny filming with the replacement dog. This is like walking in on your girl cheating on you. But this new Bolt ain't shit, because he clams up as soon as he sees all the fake bad guys and their weapons. That may be a dog, but he acting like a straight up puss. The little nigga runs away and knocks over a torch that's lit with real fire for some reason. Like, why would you use real fire on an indoor set this close to wood and big ass sheets of cloth? This whole place looks like a fire hazard. Bolt and Mittens meet back up and he tells her about seeing Penny with another dog. But Mittens tells Bolt what he and Penny had was real and no dog could replace him. But while she's talking, Bolt's spidey sense is kicking, or he just used his regular ass dog ears, and he gets the feeling that Penny's in danger. They just left her ass dangling from the ceiling in a harness while the building burns down. Bolt, Mittens, and Rhino pull back up to the flaming studio. Rhino puts his life on the line to hold up some debris for Bolt to slip in, but thankfully Mittens pulls him out of his ball right before it crushes. I'm telling you, real ass nigga.
Yes, sir!
Bolt runs through the flaming studio and finds Penny. He tries to lead her back out, but Shawty's a lightweight and can't handle all the smoke. Bolt lays down next to her thinking if she dies, he's dying with her. But he sees a vent that leads outside and gets an idea. He plants his paws and uses his single mother of 8 voice to get the attention of everyone outside. The firefighters find Penny and Bolt and they get taken to the hospital. Interesting they didn't fold the legs up on the stretcher like they usually do when putting it into an ambulance. It would have been really weird to find a hamster and a cat all crushed up like that. Penny's mom fires that goober of an agent and says Penny is quitting the show, but the studio just recast Penny because that's showbiz, baby. Bolt, Mittens, and Rhino get to live a normal life with Penny at her big ass farm. That shit kind of looked like a plantation if you ask me. Everyone lives happily ever after. What a great movie, right? Wrong. Okay, they lied to us, man. If the first 10 minutes of the movie was the entire movie, this shit would have been 20 times better. I'll never trust a SUPERDOG movie again. But that Supergirl movie with Crypto does look pretty good.
Subscribe.